because your life and value means just as fucking much as this person's life and value. So you kill yourself and end this bullshit, and guess what? This man takes all his bullshit, packs up, and puts it on the next person. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, and we're back. Welcome to Where's My Tea. Now, for all of you guys who are new to my channel, Where's My Tea is simply where you send me your issue, dilemma, whatever you got going on, and I give you advice to it. Where's My Tea is highly popular on my channel and so anticipated, and I have been trying to figure out ways to bring it back. Now, someone suggested that I do Where's My Tea while doing my makeup, so this is the look that your girl created here, which I think came out absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to be giving my advice while doing my makeup. I hope that you guys enjoy it. All my Where's My Tea emails are so old because I haven't done Where's My Tea in forever. So if you are interested, if you like this video, or if you're interested to be featured on Where's My Tea, please send me an email. My email address is on the screen. That is wmtscandals@yahoo.com. You'll also find it in the description box. So go ahead and send me a video and you might just be featured. But anyway, sis, let's get right into it. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to be coming out the ItsMyRayeRaye palette from BH Cosmetics. It looks just like such. I don't know what colors I'm going to do, but that's just FYI. So here we go. This is what it's titled, Please Help Me. It says, Hey, Nee, I just want to start off by saying I love you and admire you so much. Thanks, boo. I have an ex of 5 years that I broke up with last year. To sum up our relationship, we were like best friends. But when he got mad, he would turn into someone else. He would say the meanest things to me, like, you're not shit, and you're acting like a bitch, you're dumb as fuck, etc. I was going through a lot of issues in my life, and he was never there for me when I was there for him 24/7. I loved him a lot more than he loved me. It got to a point where I wanted to take a break, and we did, but we kept talking. And then he started talking to someone else while stringing me along, and he sent her inappropriate pics and vice versa. Basically, he did these things to manipulate me back, and it worked until last summer. I just decided I wanted to be alone. Every month, he would text me and try to get me back, and it got to a point where I became so bitter towards everyone and everything in my life. About last month, he texted me saying that our breakup was my fault and manipulative, and he should have chosen the other girl and not me. It sent me over the edge, along with everything else in my life, to the point where I turned the shower on and sat and cried for hours debating if I should kill myself. I just want to get over it. I want to stop crying, and I want to stop thinking about it. What should I do at this point? I feel like it's just tearing me down. Man, it is so crazy how we get so emotionally invested into whomever we are dealing with. Like, this relationship, it says that you've been with this guy for 5 years. And throughout the 5 years, you guys were kind of like best friends. But whenever he would get upset with you, he would call you bitches and call you stupid and say you ain't shit. I mean, really would just demean you. And it seems like over time, you kind of was just like doing that thing that we do in relationships, leave, come back, because he manipulated you in a way. To make you feel like you still needed him, you wanted to be with him. And then homegirl said, fuck it, I gotta let this boy go. And she finally like just moved on. However, he texted her and tried to flip the script and tell her that their breakup was on her and she was the reason why, and basically was telling her that, you know, he should have chose the other girl and should have stayed with the other girl instead of staying with her. You know, it's so fucking crazy because men can find a way to manipulate the fuck out of women. And generally, I would say based on observation and honestly experience, because I once was that back in the day, you know, when I was growing up, where it was easy for men to kind of like pull out my flaws, and it was easy for them to make me feel a way when I felt justified in what something really was, i.e. they were able to make me feel bad and a lot of, you know, things that happened in our relationship, maybe because I wasn't doing enough or I said something wrong, or, you know, just giving me this false sense of fucking hope, and I would keep just going back and, you know, still feeling this way. I'm gonna tell you something. If you are with someone and you feel like you love them, However, you don't like certain shit that they say and or certain shit that they do. And in this case, certain shit like, bitch, you ain't shit, bitch, you anything. Just a little demeaning shit like that. Those are definitely like one of the first signs of emotional abuse. And I won't say that is the worst type of abuse for someone to be in, because physical, emotional, any type of abuse is bad. But I want you to recognize that this is exactly what it is. It's scary though, because emotional abuse has its fucking way of showing up and we don't even really know that it's there. When you are in an emotional abusive relationship, it's very hard to see the signs, because the emotional abuse again can be masked with I'm sorry, I love you, you're the only one for me, you've changed my life so much, you're making me grow into the man that I never knew I could be. It's filled with all of that bullshit, and that bullshit is what makes us feel good. Now, we don't recognize this bullshit, trust me, we've all been there, but it makes us feel good. It's like, well, you know, as women, we naturally have like this caregiving thing where we meet men and we care for them. We take on this motherly ass role where, you know, we do see their flaws and the things that's wrong with them, but it's like, we got it, we fix it, we're the one, we can do it, I am the one for this person, and blase, blase. But the moment that this dude found that in you, he used that against you. And I like to tell people all the time, you are not the boy's mom. You can never be a mother figure to a man that you're dating. Dead ass. That is not your role. Your role is to not to play the mother figure to someone and bring them comfort that their mom once could not give them. That's not your role, sis. So what I hear is, it seems like you finally got the guts to move on from this dude. However, you're still dealing with the fact that you even had to move on. It doesn't seem like that was something you wanted to do, but it was something that was best for you to do, which is honestly the first step, which is the hardest. But the worst steps is the process, and that's the crying in the shower, debating on wanting to kill yourself, and just your life being fucked up because you can't find your happy. Here's my word of advice I like to tell women who's newly just became single and they are, you know, kind of scared, because when you become single, you know, it's all about you now. You know what I mean? Like, we feel alone. We feel like, damn, like, who's going to want me? How long is it going to be till I'm dealing with somebody again? Girl, all these fucking emotions come. And I like to say, I think of it like this. All the traits that you have in yourself, you are going to want to find that plus more from your partner. I.e., if you know that you are not a person who is going to talk down to the person that you love, if you're not a person who's going to put your hands on the person that you love, if you're not a person that's going to cheat on the person that you love, if you're not a person that's going to lie to the person that you love, if that's not in you, do not deal with somebody who has it within themselves. No, I'm being dead ass though. You cannot deal with someone who has or does things that in turn you do not do yourself. I'm trying to tell you some good shit, because what happens is that's not the norm for you. You wouldn't do that to somebody else. You wouldn't lie to that person, right? You wouldn't cheat on that person. So because that's not something you would do, you will forever have difficulty adapting to it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because that's not something that you would physically do to somebody. I'm not going to cheat. You'll have difficulty trying to accept this person doing it to you. And then you find yourself contemplating, what the fuck do I do in this relationship? And sometimes that contemplation becomes hard. So you know what we do? We start to settle. We start to make excuses, and we start to say, it'll be all right. You know, maybe he just got mad this time, or maybe I did do something wrong this time. And if you notice that every time you decide to give them that smack on the fucking wrist, it keeps happening. And then as it keeps happening, your frustration continues to grow and grow and grow, and then you get fucking tired and you walk away. Do you see why I say you cannot date somebody who share different interests in that aspect when it comes to the foundations of a relationship? You're not going to date somebody who you cannot, it's not going to work with someone who, let's say you, I don't like cheating. I don't like being lied to. I don't like, and then you got your boy, I don't mind cheating. I fuck around with it a little bit. It doesn't work. It's like fucking oil and vinegar. Is that what it is that don't mix? It doesn't work, sis. It does not work. So my advice right here is super fucking simple. Guess what? He wasn't meant for you. Because all of those things that he did for you, you would never do that to someone else. You see how simple that is? He wasn't yours. So you already picked out how manipulative he was. You could see it. You already said he tried to manipulate me. He tried to do all of these things. You seen everything. You see it. And those things you will never do to somebody else. And because of that, that wasn't someone for you. See, sometimes, guys, our happiness, determine our happiness and how we feel, all we got to do is just rationalize a little bit. And sometimes that rationalization encourages us to be honest with ourselves. And that's one thing that we sometimes lack, or we're not as great at when it comes to relationships and loving and you know, trying to be with someone that we so-called care about, or someone that we see a future with. FYI, this cut crease is so much higher than the other one, so I'm gonna have to figure out, sis, how I'm gonna get that down, because that's not even cute. We try to mask our true selves, what we really want, what we really need out of somebody, because we found this person that we like, and they can't necessarily give us all of that, or they come with that extra shit. And it's like we try to find a way to deal with the extra shit, and here you are, when you do find these ways, ultimately you get so fucking invested in this person that when you hit your breaking point, now you're contemplating suicide. Do you see what you did? Suicide is a whole nother topic, but here's my word of advice. No one in life should ever cause you to contemplate suicide. Maybe we might have life situations, or, you know, or personal feelings, or something that drive us to suicide. But not one person should ever push you to contemplate or consider taking your life. Not one person in this world should ever, and I'm not saying this doesn't happen, I'm saying it should not happen, because your life and value means just as fucking much as this person's life and value. So you kill yourself and end this bullshit, and guess what? This man takes all his bullshit, packs up, and puts it on the next person. Do you get what I'm saying? But your one chance at life is done. No, you never let your happiness be compromised. Do not ever compromise your happiness for someone who is not meant for you. No. I try to tell this to women I know. Don't ever let a man feel like he's more powerful than you. Because, again, we birthed these niggas. So there's no way that a man is ever more powerful than you. That boy there, he gotta go. He's toxic. Ooh, these eyes are different, y'all. Can y'all see this? Oh, I don't know how to fix it. Oh, I'm so mad because I don't know how to fix it. He does not fit you. He does not fit into the puzzle of who you are and what, you know, your story will look like. He doesn't. If he did all of these things to you, which has caused you to not want to be with him, you had to remove yourself. Someone who was once your best friend, who has caused you to not even want to be with him, who has caused you to cry, to hurt, that there, he was not for you. He was not meant. Anything that brings you happiness should not bring you sadness. And I'll say that again. Anything that brings you happiness should not also bring you sadness at all. Because guess what? Happiness and sadness does not go hand in hand. Those are two emotions felt differently on different things. What I say is you have to remove that toxic energy. That boy who you once loved for 5 years, I wouldn't say it was a complete waste of time, but that was your eye opener. That boy there was your way of seeing all that you embody, all of who you are. You are not a person to emotionally abuse someone. You are not a person to talk down on someone, to hurt someone. You are not a person to make them feel like how you are feeling. Therefore, you now know you do not want a person that's going to make you feel that way. See, when relationships end, I tell you, we have to learn and take shit from the relationship. And so many people don't do that step. What they do is they get out of one relationship and they go right into the next one. You have no time to learn about your previous relationship. You've been with this man for 5 years. That means you have a lot that you have learned in those 5 years about yourself, about him, about happiness, about sadness, about anything. I say that to say, life for you must go on. You see how simple I've really put this to you? He wasn't meant for you. That is somebody you never want to encounter again, especially when it comes to a relationship. That is somebody that you never want to give a part of you to. This man literally got you at your weakest moment. And that weak moment was contemplating if you wanted to fucking live or not, sis. If a man, if anybody can get you there, that's somebody you don't ever want in your life again. Because he almost caused you to not be able to do the beautiful and many of things that you are doing right now. Oh my God. Imagine that. Imagine if you kept somebody around like that and they continue to drain you and suck the fucking life out of you like that. But my advice now is, guess what? You have now all your tools that you need for someone else, because you know who you are because of him. You know what you want because of him. You know what can get you to your most lowest point because of him. Thank you, sir. We can find triumph in our trials. We really can. And it's all about sitting back and looking at the bigger picture. And I hope I helped you to find the bigger picture. And that bigger picture is that man set you up so that you can be fucking great. And I say that for anybody. And you know what happened was, he decided to text you and, you know, flip that shit back on you because that's his normal behavior. That's his normal behavior to, I'm going to go ahead and get on back up with her. And when I find that she's at a weak or low moment, or I've gotten a reaction from her, and most men love reactions. People like that, he attention seeks. He thrives off of just digging under your fucking skin so he could say one wrong thing or say the right thing or what the fuck ever that's going to get you to tick. And that tick could either be a response back, could be a fuck you, or could be a long ass paragraph about how much you loved him and how much you gave him. That's just the fuck enough. His fucking bingo happened. And that's all he wanted to do, was to get that out of you. And honestly, people like that, you can't give that to. And if you notice, and I can get anybody who's listening to me can attest to this, when you do not give people like that their reaction, you know what they do? They keep fucking digging. They'll bring up the things that hurt you the most, girl, because they need something that's going to sting. So if this not stinging, oh, I'm going to keep going. And when they finally don't get a fucking sting from you, you'll see the switch in events. You'll see it. Man, I just loved you so much and I wish we could. You'll see it. You'll see it. If you gotten this far in the video, comment down below and tell me I'm right. Tell me. You'll see the switch. Guys, this eye is so freaking beautiful. And I'm not even done. I'm going to do this like this. I think, oh, that's gorgeous. And then what I'm going to do is, it's a yellow in this thing, and I'm going to pop that bitch off with some yellow. You think I'm not? Watch. So, sis, you got to go ahead and block him. And you have to now go ahead and live your life. Because you have people who love you. People who want to see you here, who need you here. And not only that, you need to be here for yourself. And I would say take all of the things that he taught you in those 5 years about what you don't like, what you put up with, what made you feel a certain way. Take all of those things that you learned, and those are now your armor. Those are now your tools. Those are now your weapons that you will use that. And the next person that you do find, you'll be able to see those signs just like that. And if you find that somebody is emotionally manipulating you and abusing you and talking to you type of ways, then you shut the door, because you don't want to repeat that cycle where you end up back in the shower crying. No, fuck no. Don't ever let anybody compromise your love for yourself, your life. Don't ever let anyone compromise your happiness. So what I'm about to do is go ahead and move along to my face. Or move along and do my face. So I am going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer, put this on, and for the rest of the video, sis, because I know I can get the damn talking, we just gonna speed it up until we done. So y'all wanna know how mad I am? I sat here, did the lips, added this pop of color, and bitch, do you know that it was not even recording? So I'm gonna do it again. So I'm going in with the Colourpop lip pencil. It's already on my lips. This is in the color Nevermind, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and line these lips. I tried to wipe it off as much as I could, but I still kept some shit there. So I ain't have to do all that extra work. But y'all get the gist of, you know, what a liner is, right? I remember when I had showed some lip glosses that I got from Macy's Backstage. It was a while back, sis. But it's by the brand BellaPiere Cosmetics, and it looks like this. So I was trying to differentiate what two colors I was going to do. I have this one called Pretty in Pink. And then I have this one called, is it Red-esque? Yeah, Red-esque. And they both look like this. Of course, Pretty in Pink is on top. And I'm like, I want something that's kind of going to match the eyes. So I test tried the Pretty in Pink. And it looks like that. Which is cute. It's cute. It's cute. But then I went ahead and did the Red-esque, which is this one. I like it better. You see? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do Red-esque on the lips. And these dry really fast. So you're going to want to work fast with it and blend in your liner just as fast. I broke it. Okay. Alright, y'all, so what do y'all think? Is the lip cool? I think it's a pretty lip. These things are kind of like hard to work with for real, because once they dry, and I kind of like tried to wipe some of it off because I felt like it was just a bit overpowering. But I think it looks good. Now, I did go ahead and add in that yellow, and I wanted you guys to see it on camera, but like I said, my damn thing wasn't even filming, so sorry that you missed that, but I'm just going to go ahead and take a little dot right there. And the look was pretty without the yellow, but I think the yellow brought it like a pop of color. So now, is it cute? I like it.